Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar, the Extend Prime. The webinar will be in two parts. The first one will be clinical by Dr. Joseph, and the second one will be marketing by Hila Aviel. We can start. You can start now.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining this webinar. I'm Joseph, and I welcome all our colleagues and friends. We'll start with the hands-on of the Accent Prime system. The Accent Prime system is an advanced workstation for skin tightening and body contouring. It has main feature is the ultra-speed handpiece with a new type of ultrasound technology that establishes selective lipolysis and has an extra large applicator plate for high-speed body contouring. The physical dimension of the ultra-speed on the left, it's a large plate with about 61 centimeter square area and thickness of about 6 millimeter. It allows us to cover large areas in a very quick time. It can treat many, and of course, readily available parts of the body, such as the abdomen, flanks, buttocks, thighs, and arms. The screen is very simple to operate, gives you the display of the treatment area and the amount of time or the length of time to spend. Typically, we're talking about 20 minutes, 20 to up to 24 minutes that can be dialed. And on the right-hand side, on the bottom right-hand side, we typically use the high power settings of the ultrasound. So what is the technology of the ultra-speed handpiece? It's a high-power circular shape plate that generates a complex of different acoustic waves, such as longitudinal, shear, and plate waves. The ultra-speed technology is aimed at selectively impede upon adipocytes, integrity and functionality upon the fat cells layers, and can go up to 15 to 20 millimeter in depth and to disintegrate the fat through a process of apoptosis. And this is, we can imagine the plate, the way it operates, we see that it's point ripple-like waves that distribute or propagates from the center from the eccentric out to the outer layer of the plate, from the inside to the outside. And it has three major complex of very vibrational waves, such as longitudinal, shear, and flexural. These flexural waves, which you're not quite familiar, I'll elaborate in just a moment. So the longitudinal, as you all know, is the wave in which the oscillation occurring in the direction of the wave propagation, whereas the shear is perpendicular to the propagation of the longitudinal. The new one, the plate wave, is the wave with particle motion in perpendicular to the plate surface. And this can be demonstrated here in this nice photo, that you can see that the longitudinal wave comes from the neck of the ultrasound and transmitted through transverse throughout the course or the space and the area of the circular size of the plate. And the plate waves are on the eccentric part of the plate altogether, and they are the one who transmitted inside the deep layers of the skin. So the central area of the applied surface gets the strongest vibration with high amplitude in the middle, and this part of the sonotron is thin and flexible. This allows the flexural waves to propagate in a specific manner between the plate thickness. The plate wave is complex of flexural and compressional motion of the particles of the plate material. Therefore, there are two components of the wave of these plate or lamb waves: the compressional that coincide with the wave propagation directions, and the flexural that is orthogonal to the wave propagation and to the plate surface. The flexural component of the wave is intensively absorbed by biological tissue, where the compressional can propagate deep. So these are just a demonstration of the complexity, or I would say the summation, of the integration of all three waves altogether: the longitudinal shear and the plate acoustic wave comes out to this mixed ultrasonic wave, and that gives us the special characteristics of the acoustic waves we're transmitting through this large plate. And here we can see that the flexural component is on the pink color on the surface area of the plate, and in the middle you can see that the central part, which is the longitudinal wave, is centralized, and as we go from the central to the left or to the right, there is a decay of the longitudinal waves, and we have more of compressional components. As mentioned earlier, the plate waves has important particle vibration in two modes of Lamb waves. One is a symmetrical Lamb wave, and the other one is asymmetrical. This gives us the special features of the ultrasonic waves to make the adipocytes viable to heat in a long-term way and selectively address or disintegrate the adipocytes altogether. And this has been shown in a preclinical study that we did last year, a couple months ago, like 9 months ago, where we demonstrated histologically before and after treatments that there is a damage to the lipocytes or the adipocytes and some septoseparation due to the combination of V3 wavelength. And you can see magnification of this. You can see undamaged on the left before. This is the control, and on to the right with magnification of 20, you can see abnormal appearance of the adipocytes, very similar to what we had in the accent, as you may remember. So the overall appearance of the adipocytes histologically is very much similar to one we got earlier with the accent, but this time we have a larger area, of course, and we are more efficient in the way we are doing the treatments. Selective technology, histology again, undamaged epidermal and dermal layers with minimal damage to the hair follicle, just giving you the selectivity of the technology, not harming any other appendages in the skin area. Talking about safety, one of the issues that's been raised, many people asking, is whether this ultrasound penetrates, how deep it penetrates. So the penetration depth of ultraspeed is about, as I mentioned, 15 to 25 millimeter, but it needs to go under the layers of the abdomen from the interior to the exterior, which is the peritoneum, extraperitoneal fascia, muscle, deep fascia, superficial fascia, and subcutaneous tissue. So it's a long way to go, and you can see it here in this nice diagram. We can see that the subcutaneous fat layer under ultrasonic, diagnostic ultrasonic, is an average 3 centimeter. So we are in the ultrasound penetrating less than that, so there is no issue on any safety issues with internal organs. What are the biometrics that we are using are very similar to the one we used to do or doing in the accent ultra, which is weight, height, body mass index, bioelectric impedance, and body circumference and skin fold measurements, which you're all familiar with. We're using petroleum gel, surgical pen are used, templates, infrared thermometer to measure temperature, and measuring tape. These are all features, accessories that you're all familiar with, and these are the body measurements. In the old slide, we are doing the same thing in here. A and B and C points representing the levels of which we are measuring the circumference of each patient from the floor. Okay, and this is quite straightforward, although, there is, I would say, disagreement about its validity and accuracy. We're still using it as in the best possible way in-house, and we're trying to do, reproducibility as much as we can. Remember, whenever you are measuring from the floor as a reference to your measurements. We're using also bioelectric impedance analysis. If you have it, it might be helpful to you to measure fat-free mass and other indications that might be available from your system. And we have a height measurements and we're using in women specifically, we're measuring skin fold measurements using a caliper in the suprailium area. And this is quite straightforward, easy to measure, and you need to do 3 repeated measurements in the same area and measure it in centimeter. Pre-treatment care, perform a medical history assessment and check for any abnormalities of patients, any past history that may exclude a patient from the treatment, and we're going to go on the contraindication in just a moment. Using a standard body mass index calculator to establish the patient's body mass. Take patient measurements, distance of belly button from floor, circumference plus 5 centimeter or minus 5 centimeter. Use a standardized photography conditions to take pictures, establish the patient in proper position so the area of treatment is most accurately assessed and featured. Remove all jewelry or pen or other accessories, necklace, bracelet, watches, earrings, and piercing. And make the procedure as comfort as possible. One of the highlights of this handpiece is the simplicity by which it applied, but we need to be careful now looking at this treatment protocol and just be a little bit of more attention. First of all, the indications of the UltraSpeed handpiece is localized adiposis in the abdomen waist area for the purpose of the circumference reduction and body contouring. So this is the main indication I would use this handpiece. What about patient selection? Here you need also to be careful, and you need to select motivated patients with realistic expectations, normal to moderately overweight patients, so less than 30 kilogram per meter square body mass index, and you can touch or palpate for localized fat deposits in the abdomen area. These are the contraindications, which you're all familiar with. Nothing major here. Patients with active illness, non-malignant or other terminal disease, severe liver disease should be excluded from treatment. The control screen, as you saw earlier, very easy. You just need to go on the 20 or 24 minutes duration, press the button, the ready button on the high power setting as depicted here, and just activate the applicator. This is the area, this is the approach we are promoting, we recommend to promote during the treatment. That is, you need to split the abdomen area into 2 areas and treat each for about 10 minutes. So this is going to the right-hand side using straight left and right or up and down movements in a slow manner, in a very comfortable manner, not rush, not speed up by any means. Just put the handpiece and slowly go over the entire right or left side in this case, and then after 10 minutes move to the other side and use the same approach. Where we are using, of course, this is important to stress, we must apply Vaseline on the handpiece surface area. And what I typically do is putting, as you can see here on this picture, Vaseline, a thin coat, just enough to do a good coupling between the ultrasonic or the acoustic wave, different acoustic waves and the skin. This is very important. So it might be that as you go along the treatment area and you see that the skin is not hydrated enough or is not being radiated enough, it means that it's dry. You need to add additional more of Vaseline. So always make sure Vaseline is in there. On the other hand, make sure that the Vaseline is not spilling over on top of the external sonotrode surface area. So the Vaseline should be only being in contact with the lower part of the plate. And here, as you all familiar with, we're using the laser thermometer for checking up temperature. The temperature behavior unlike with the RF here, is somewhat more moderate, I would say, increase in temperature, modest increase in temperature, and typically sustained between 40 and 43 degrees centigrade if you do the treatment properly. So there is no major issues unless you put the handpiece stationary for too many seconds, that there is an abrupt increase in temperature that might exceed the tolerability of the patient, go to beyond 44 degrees centigrade. Typically, we see temperatures that accumulates from 33 up to 38 within 4 to 5 minutes, and then the rest of the 6 minutes or so for the treatment goes from 40 to 43. So maintain that temperature to be, this is important. Endpoints, clinical endpoints, as you can see on photos, might be very similar to the one with the RF, erythema, visible erythema, pinkish-like pink color that is very well seen after 10 minutes. This is something you need to be familiar with the endpoints, clinical endpoints in the patients in the abdomen area. Number of treatments that we are recommending is 4 treatments, interval every 1 week. So this is by far a very, I would say, efficient way to go and have body contouring in a very short period of time during the treatment and between treatments altogether. After the treatment, it's mandatory to wipe all and degrease all Vaseline from the surface area that you just used the handpiece on, and any leftovers that might spill over on the other side of the handpiece. So this is the clinical endpoints, ideal clinical endpoints, temperature measured more than 40 degrees centigrade, less than 44 degrees centigrade, visible erythema, and skin is radiant. And this is the ideal conditions that you want to end up with the treatment on each side. Post-treatment care, nothing really major, very similar to one you know from previous ultrasound treatments and radiofrequency. Drink plentiful of water after, and that's basically it. Nothing major and no treatment care on the skin. Clinical evidence. I'm very happy to share with you very impressive clinical results we had in-house for our patients. Typically, we are summarizing these results by measuring, of course, measuring the circumference as appears here in this example table, and going from treatment 1 to treatment 4 and looking at the different measurements on each case. And I'm going to share with you, maybe some of you saw those photos before and after already. There's a lady, patient number 3 of ours, that underwent 4 treatments, and here's after 6 treatments, because she was one of the first ones to be treated in the longer protocol, and she reduced substantial amount of course of circumference on her stomach area, and these are the results of her, no doubt, very impressive results. And these are pair comparison from left to right on, of course, on lateral, oblique, anterior, left and right appearance, and there is no doubt here on this case. Another very interesting case that showed remarkable results is a male patient we did here in that same 10 days after 5 treatments, and patient satisfaction was very high by all means, and he was a bit overweight. One of the things that of importance to say here, this is the same patient, belly area, and this is his back area, and this is the love handle, and you can see, although I did not treat him on the love handle area, there was significant improvement in his love handles as well. So when you treat patients, if you're treating the abdomen area, it's recommended also to take photos of the back, of the patient's back, to look after some improvements that may occur in the love handles area. This is no doubt very nice, impressive results. any losses you can see quite a bit. And this is impressive because males might, of course, behave different than compared to females when in relation to subcutaneous fat storage. And this is a nice presentation of this case. Other before and after cases, you can see here very impressive reduction in numbers and the appearance of the body area, nice body contouring, skin tightening, etc. You can see here even some flaccidity on the area of the treated area of the abdomen for this patient, patient number 5. Here is patient number 6 with some noticeable changes, and she was quite happy for the results. So what we see is a straightforward procedure, protocol. When patient comes in, the only thing that takes a little bit longer time, of course, as you all know, is the first treatment or the first session where you need to take thorough medical history and make all the measurements and photography and make sure the patient is signing informed consent and is in the inclusion criteria and is capable of doing 4 treatments in a row every week. So Axon Prime UltraSpeed at a glance. It treats large volume of tissue, thickness, and areas. It combines 3 different ultrasound waves that selectively affect the adipocyte integrity and functionality in the subcutaneous layer. It significantly reduces treatment time. It goes up between 20 and most up to 24 minutes. It's fast, easy to use, plug-and-play technology, has no disposable. Thank you for your attention. Yeah, I'm very happy to introduce now Hila Viel from the marketing. She is the Director of Marketing at Alma Laser. Hila, please.
Thank you, Yossi. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. As indicated in the introductions, we built the presentation in 2 parts where Yossi covered the clinical part, and I will cover the marketing part. We actually launched the platform last month during AMWC at Monaco, and I hope all of you by now received the marketing material and the mailers that we shared with you. Some marketing information about the platform before we dive into the marketing elements that are available for you. We'll start that basically we're very happy and pleased with the introduction of the next generation body contouring, skin tightening, and aesthetic enhancement platform that we have. Basically, the platform combines ultrasound and RF technologies, long-lasting results, and effectively highly customized treatments. In terms of the benefits of the platform, one of the major benefits with the introduction of the new handpiece, the UltraSpeed, that Yossi already covered in his presentation, is Alma now enables practitioners to reduce the treatment time significantly. This is a huge advantage of the platform because if up until now we are used to treatment time to be up until 45 minutes and often even an hour, with the UltraSpeed, because of the large applicator size, we are now able to reduce the treatment time significantly, and this is a very, very important point when introducing the platform to the practitioner. The second point is the combined technologies. Given that the platform is enabled to use different technologies such as ultrasound and RF, we are enabled to do combined technologies, and due to that, we're able to achieve long-lasting results. Of course, the platform has been used and clinically proven in extensive studies. You've seen some of the before and after photos Yossi just shared with you, and the platform is already in place with some of the leading key opinion leaders with Alma already using the new handpiece as well as the platform. Very fast, easy to use plug-and-play technology, no disposable, and basically it's a tailored solution for different skin type and conditions. The platform is suitable for all skin types, and basically there is no downtime. Latest innovation, as I mentioned, is the new handpiece, the UltraSpeed, very large applicator size, covering large coverage rates, 20 minutes treatment time. Basically, the ultrasound energy is distributed homogeneously throughout the treatment area, and we're seeing great results, and already many patients that visit our clinics are quite happy with the results that they're seeing. So all in all, we're very pleased with what we're seeing. In terms of indications, again, we're talking about body and face contouring. Actually, when looking in terms of the market for body contouring devices, it will continue to evolve globally, and this is happening due to the increase in aesthetic consciousness, as well as consumer awareness of the procedures and the introduction of minimally invasive and non-invasive procedure. On the other hand, high treatment cost and reimbursement policy may hinder the growth of this market up to some extent. But generally speaking, when we look at market studies and forecasting, it is quite obvious that the body contouring market will grow globally. And basically, globally, North America represents the largest market, followed by Europe and Asia Pacific. So again, Yossi already covered that, and I'm just repeating this. We're talking about combines new type of ultrasound technology featuring guided ultrasonic waves, of which you see the schemes for that, with an extra large applicator plate for high-speed contouring of especially large treatment area. In terms of the patient's benefits, in the previous slide I talked about the doctor's benefits, and I'm talking about the patient's benefits. We're talking about a very safe treatment, suitable for all skin types. We're talking about a comfortable treatment due to the gradual heating and an integrated cooling systems. We're enabling comfortable treatment. There is no downtime. Patient may return to their normal activity immediately after the treatment. We're able to do selective treatment to get better results, and we are by shortening the treatment time and getting better results. We're also not just shortening the treatment time, but also requiring fewer treatment sessions. So this is double benefits. It's not only that you're no longer required to come for an hour treatment, but the treatment sessions is also being decreased. So let's jump now into the marketing materials that is available for you. And this is my next slides are very important because we're investing a lot of resources and a lot of effort into building material that will be available for you, meaning that everything that I'm showing you on my next slide, we have the resource files. So all you need to do is take those files from us, translate them if necessary, and of course make the necessary adaptations or fine-tuning if required, because as I mentioned before, different markets, have different needs, and we're building the material from a corporate level, and we understand that each partner or each doctor may require to do necessary fine-tuning, so there is no problem with doing that. We will release soon. Some of the things has been released already, and I will explain exactly which has been released, but some are going to be released in the next few weeks. The Accent Prime brand book, this is a book that will be available for you, which takes the entire brand and summarizes in terms of the guidelines, the font that we're using, the color palettes, logo usage, in terms of how to use it properly and how you should not use it, brand images that accompany the brand, and different examples of how we look both from online as well as offline perspective. And this is important because when you would like to further expand the Accent Prime brand in your territory, and for example, you wanted to create an application or a material or an element that we Alma Laser Corporate Marketing did not supply to you, and you're engaged with designers or web people, it's important to give them those brand books, because this is basically the guidelines. By reading the book, they know how to stick to the brand look and feel, and this way we're ensuring that from a brand perspective, the Accent Prime is going to be consistent worldwide. Our interest, obviously, is to build a global brand that will look and will speak globally from in the same language and worldwide. Okay, so in terms of marketing collateral, I put here some of the examples that are already available for you. The doctor's brochure is available for you. The roll-up is available for you. B2C brochure will be available shortly. And again, those elements are quite essential, because we would like the doctor clinics to be branded. Sometimes the doctors are sharing clinics with other doctors, and the patients may come to hair removal treatment, but then, you know, he saw the roll-up or he saw the patient's brochure on the counter, and all of a sudden he realized that there is a body contouring treatment by Alma that he never heard about it before. So our goal is basically to increase awareness and raise the visibility. Marketing material, we are working on a marketing kit. Those of you who have been with Alma for quite some time, you know that the flagship products such as the Harmony and such as the Soprano, and now the Accent Prime are products that we are investing resources in terms of putting a kit together, and the kit is basically supplied with the order of the platform, meaning that once it's available, and I hope it will be ready within the next month, every new order of Accent Prime platform will be accompanied with an Accent Prime kit and a roll-up. So again, this is something that we're doing just because it's important for us that the clinic will be branded. We also created an advertisement. This is the example of it, and what's important is that we not just launching a handpiece, we're also launching a new platform, and this advertisement has been featured already in this month, the Aesthetic Guide European version. This was distributed in AMWC. So those of you who have been to the exhibitions and got the Aesthetic Guide reprint may have seen it. So this is already also available online, and if you'd like us, we can share with you the link to it. You also have product and handpieces photos available for download. And I'm moving on right now to the digital elements that we have. We launched on April, the beginning of April, a new Alma Accent Prime mini site. And basically, you're invited to visit the site. Basically, in the site, you will see that in the homepage, you'll see all the benefits and the introduction of the platform. We have a technology section, we have indication sections, we have benefit sections. We've listed there some before and after photos. And as I mentioned before, this is a site that was designed already, and the infrastructure is already in place, and you can contact us and get the source file for this mini site, and either take it as is and just implement it in your region, or just do necessary translations and take the entire infrastructure, the design, you know, the entire look and feel, and launch it in your territory. We also shared with you some Facebook and LinkedIn covers that you are. These are the samples. You are more than welcome to ask the source file of these cover from us. We released an email signatures, and again, all of this effort is just to ensure that whomever we are in contact with, whomever is browsing through our Facebook social channels or digital channels, is always get to hear and get to see that we launch a platform, and you know, we want to increase the awareness to it. This is examples for a Facebook post that we updated at the beginning of the month. You can see that the first post reached 516 people, and the second one reached 714 people. Again, we will have more opportunities to upload different posts, but this is just an example of two of them that we uploaded. And again, you can see those posts, you can like them, you can share them. You can even contact us if you would like our assistance in putting together some posts for you. We are here to assist you. We are here to help you to raise awareness and to gain more coverage in the digital and the online arena. We issued a press release at the beginning of the month about the Accent Prime. Good. Just a second. I'm moving on to the next slide, and I got a feedback that it's not, you cannot see it. So just a quick second. We're maybe now. Yeah. I'm on the press release slide for those of you who can see. I hope all of you. We launched a press release. This is again our efforts to spread the word and let everybody hear and know about our platform. The press release obviously generated coverage, and it's already posted on the Alma corporate website, as well as on other sites that realize that this is a newsworth press release, and actually posted and uploaded that to their site. And the last slide of my presentation is that I hope that by now all of you are aware to our Partner Zone. This is basically our portal for all the resources and all the marketing available that are out there. You don't need to contact us. You don't need to send us an email. I mean, you're invited to do so, but it will save you time and effort because we're not available, unfortunately, 24/7, but the portal is available for you anytime, any day. And every new material that we have is basically uploaded to the Partner Zone. The source files are not on the Partner Zone, so this is the only thing that you will need to contact us. But other than that, the brochure, if you wish to print them, the advertisement, product photos if you wish to download, roll-ups, and all of the other material that I've showed to you during my presentation. All of this information is available for you, and I invite you to log into the Partner Zone, to go to the Accent Prime section, and to download the material. Thank you, everyone. We will now open the lines for questions, and again, the questions can be addressed to Yossi if they're obviously clinical-related questions, or to myself if you have any marketing-related questions. You can also type in your chat screen if you have any questions. Okay, we will wait a few more seconds just to see if anybody has additional more questions. If not, the webinar has been recorded and will be uploaded to the Partner Zone. So those of you who wish to listen to it one more time will have a chance to do so. And we're also going to send a link to download the presentations from the Partner Zone. So if there are no further questions, thank you all very much. We have another session coming up in 4 hours at 3 o'clock GMT time. So if you wish to join us for a second round, you're invited. Thank you again, and have a great day.